don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Out there, you just have to fit into a pattern that somebody's already laid out for you. The life we live, you have to set your own patterns, your own ideals. You have to handle the whole job yourself.
Today's video is going to be about, should pro gamers and pro athletes be paid the same? My belief is yes. So I was watching Ninja on the H3 podcast a few months ago, and I got the idea to make this video. The real reason pro athletes make so much money is because they're entertainers. They provide a distraction. They provide healing when the country has been going through hardships. Gamers do the same thing for those who do not watch sports. And this is what the media and traditional people in this country or all over the world do not get. That gamers are entertainers who also provide healing and a distraction for those who watch them. And that's what people need to realize and understand. It all started back in the 1920s when baseball provided the distraction and the healing people needed when World War I was going on, and then eventually World War II. So that is why pro athletes get paid so much money, because people would take their minds away from the war and focus on the baseball game. That's really why. This is why pro athletes are so hugely paid. That's the reason why. Distraction and healing. Pro gamers in organizations should get paid the same as pro athletes. Well, an array of reasons as to why they should get paid the same. Let's talk about some of them, for example. Reason number one being practice, the dedication that it takes to become a pro gamer, a gamer as such an elite tier. Just like with pro sports, there's a lot of sacrifices that you have to make to become a pro gamer. Don't take it from me, take it from Ninja, the number one streamer on Twitch. The number one streamer on Twitch, he himself had to make so many sacrifices to get to where he is right now. You may think that Ninja is an overnight success, but he really isn't. He's been playing video games he's been a professional gamer, for 10 years for Luminosity Gaming. He has been a professional gamer for 10 years. He's just now hitting that peak level. Peak right now. Ninja is at his peak of video game career. And even he talks about how many sacrifices he made to get to where he is right now. Parents think that playing video games is just that. No, it isn't. If you're working towards something, if you're working to be the best, it is what it is. It's just as hard, if not harder, than actual traditional sports.
And dude, I gave up friendships. I ruined relationships. I, completely cut my family out of, not cut them out of my life, but dude, I'd be in the basement playing video games, training for Halo matches and Halo tournaments and stuff like that. And we'd have family and friends over, and my brothers would come downstairs, my parents would come downstairs, hey, everyone's here. And I'm just like, cool, okay. I don't care. I have practice with my team, or I'm playing, and it's sacrifices, and a lot of people don't get it. But also something that I did is I was still going to school, I was still working to get my parents' acceptance, right? And I was still doing well in school. So it's tough as shit, man.
Let's talk about Ninja, right? His work ethic. He's the number one Twitch streamer. Right? He tries to stream every single day, but now he has events and things, therefore he can't stream as much as he once did, but he's getting back on track right now. Ninja, in the last month, he averaged 32 million views. In the last 30 days, 32 million views, right? And a basketball game averages 2 million a night. right? Ninja averages 1 million a night. One, tell you right now, 1,097,029. Yep. He averages 1 million viewers a night in a 30-day span. If you don't believe me, you can go check out his social play. Do the math like I did. He averages, in average, is 1 million viewers a night. Ninja is almost there with what it is basketball. Basketball. These pro athletes who get paid millions of dollars. And Ninja, a gamer, a pro gamer, is almost averaging as much as the NBA does. There are so many gamers, so many pro gamers that are in pro teams, and they don't get paid nearly as much as pro athletes do. And that is a problem for me. That is a problem for me. I went on Yahoo because I wanted to see what people's opinions were, and I looked up, why do athletes get paid so much? The number one answer that I saw was because they risk their body every game. Okay, they're risking their bodies every game. All right. After that, I went and did a little research and looked up the top 25 most dangerous jobs to have, right? Number 7 was mine diffuser. Imagine dealing with mines, live mines, all day long. Yet they don't get paid millions of dollars like athletes do, like NFL players, basketball players, hockey players, baseball players. Let's keep going down the list. The number one job, right on the top 25, you guys can go look for it as well, was a communication tower climber. Why is it the number one most dangerous job, you may ask? The reason why is because they literally risk their lives every single day when they have to climb such high towers. The risk of falling, the risk of getting electrocuted. Two reasons that should, those two reasons alone should be a lot of money. A lot of money. But do you know what the average salary is for the number one most dangerous job in the whole world? $12 an hour, $12.50 an hour, $34 on the high end. The high end is $34 an hour. The low end is $12.50. And they have the most dangerous job ever. They risk their lives every single day. 20 deaths per year occur on that job. So I don't want to hear that it is because athletes risk their bodies day in and day out. The hardest, most difficult job ever only pays $12 an hour on average and $34 on the high end. So are we really gonna continue to use that excuse? Oil rig workers is the number 2 most dangerous job. You're dealing with oil. You are digging holes with heavy machinery every single day, and they don't get paid that much money. The guy who owns the oil and the land where the oil is a billionaire, but the workers on the rigs are not. They don't make that kind of money. So why do we play? Why do athletes get paid so much money? And why do pro gamers don't? To bring everything into context, let's talk about why it is that athletes get paid so much money. The reason athletes get paid so much money is the same reason movie stars get paid so much money, because they are entertainers, right? They are entertainers who provide healing. That is the reason why. You can look it up yourself if you want to. I'm telling you why. In times of stress, in times of hardships in this country, sports have been the go-to to distract the mind from everything that's going on. But now let's flip the coin. On the other side of the coin, we're gonna put gaming, right? We're gonna put pro gamers like Ninja, Tfue, Hamlins, Myth, Daquan, Calvin, all the people that we watch on Twitch, right? I'm going to put them on the other side of the coin. So, some people don't like sports, and that is normal. Not everybody is going to like sports. Well, these people, back in the day, they were called geeks. Geeks right now is a term used for technology, for a connoisseur of technology and being tech savvy. But back in the day, it had a negative connotation to the word. A geek back in the day was an antisocial person who found an outlet and could be themselves through video games. That's the original definition of geek. That's what the stigma for geeks were. Antisocial people who were attracted to video games because they were comfortable. They were more comfortable playing video games behind a screen. In other words, geeks equals socially awkward. That's what it was. The more time went on, the more gaming became more mainstream. So the negative connotation of the word geek just went away. Now geek is tech savvy. It's what we is for example Best Buy Geek Squad. So we touched on how geeks, right, don't like sports, which is just normal. Not everybody is going to like sports, just like not everybody is going to like gaming. Now, to those of you, to those people who don't like sports, who don't watch sports, but their one outlet is video games, like Twitch, they can interact on Twitch. They can go to Twitch, or they can go to YouTube, or they can go to Facebook Gaming, and they can watch their favorite players, pro gamers, stream their video games. They can donate $5 and have an interaction with the gamer. There's the community in the chat where you can interact with, if you know, and right there you develop friendships. These are things that people who enjoy video games but don't enjoy sports do. This is their getaway. This is when you have a hard day. This is where you go to. You go to Twitch. You go to Facebook Gaming. You go to YouTube live streams, because that's your getaway from all the hardships that you had that day. My fiance, for example, she's not very big into sports, but she loves video games. She's actually playing video games right now. She's playing Overwatch. She loves video games that much. At the end of her night, once the day is over, once we put the kids in bed, once she's cleaned the house and her day is over, she takes a shower, and what does she do? Lays in bed with her phone and watches Twitch every single night. Why? Because that is her disconnect from real life problems. Video games. So again, sports provide a distraction from real life problems, and these people are entertainers, therefore they get paid this much money. Yet you have video games, which also provides an outlet. These guys are entertainers, yet they do not get paid equally. Why is that? Let's talk about Ninja as a streamer, right? If you don't know Ninja, which I know that you do know, I know that you know Ninja. I mean, let's be honest, right here we are all gaming fanatics, right? You know Ninja, you know he streams every single day. He streams in the morning and then he streams at night. 6 hours in the morning, 6 hours at night. Let's talk about Ninja, right? His work ethic. He's the number one Twitch streamer. Number one Twitch streamer, right? He streams, he tries to stream every single day, but now he has events and things, therefore he can't stream as much as he once did, but he's getting back on track right now. Ninja, in the last month, he averaged 32 million views. In the last 30 days, 32 million views, right? And a basketball game averages 2 millions a night, right? Ninja averages 1 million a night. Tell you right now, 1,097,029. Yep. He averages 1 million viewers a night. In a 30-day span. Being a gamer on Twitch is something that you could never do on the NBA. Why do I say that? Because in the NBA, nobody is going to give you $5 and you are going to interact with that person like you can on Twitch. A donor could give you some money and the streamer, all he has to do is look to the side, to the screen, and it's like, oh, hey man, yeah, I'll answer your question and answer the question. That's video games for you. But yet we're not paying these people their money. But you want to know the real reason why gamers do not get paid? It's because of the stigma. The stigma that comes with video games. It's the stigma. What stigma is that? Parents think it makes us lazy. Parents think we are antisocial. The news thinks it makes us violent.
Some people who were described as addicted to video games.
Particularly violent video games.
This is the video game that ignited the controversy.
It's apparently played violent video games almost every night.
The objective is to finish off your opponent violently.
The National Rifle Association has come out to say that the real problem isn't guns, but instead violent video games.
For years, television has pinned video games as a scapegoat for media-induced violence. Whenever the news reports talk about youth violence, video games are almost certain to follow.
Okay, so if you are gonna tell me that a video game makes me violent, but then you're going to turn around and tell me that football doesn't make me violent, then something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. I have never heard of a case of, oh, Tfue beat his wife. Or I don't know if Tfue is married or not, but it's an example, right? I haven't heard, for example, Nick Merckx, huge streamer, great Fortnite player. I haven't heard anyone tell me Nick Merckx beat his girlfriend. Nope. But you know what I did hear and what I saw? Ray Rice beat his wife in an elevator and knocked her ass out. And it's no longer in the NFL. Why is that? Because football is a violent sport. Right? So he, by nature, is violent because the games made him violent. Yet we don't see the negative stigma with football. We also don't see the negative stigma in boxing, for example. Like, for example, boxing is a violent sport, right? Yes, it is. Floyd Mayweather, the greatest boxer of this generation right now, 51 and 0, beat his baby mama. Right? But yet you don't hear that in the news. You hear about it because it's Floyd Mayweather, and he is by nature a controversial figure. But you don't hear that in video games. You don't. Why? Because it's bullshit. Video games do not make us violent. Lag does. Inside joke to all my gamers out there. You know what I'm talking about. Lagging is what makes us violent. It's what makes us just rage quit. Yeah, we don't go on a fucking killing rampage. I had shitty games of Madden. Tons of them. Shitty games of Fortnite. H1. You name it, I've had them. I have never turned to my girl and beat the living shit out of her. No. Why? Because it's a stigma the news created. The news created the stigma. Let's talk about something else. Why do video games make us violent, but movies don't? Why is that? Why is it that I never see that movies makes us violent? You know how many action movies there is out there? You have any idea how many action movies? Countless action movies come out every single year. And I never hear anyone say, that is violent. That is why these kids are shooting up schools. That is why these people are murdering these other people. No, I never hear that. I hear that Fortnite make kids angry and aggressive and violent. Grand Theft Auto. Games of those like Call of Duty, for example. Call of Duty they got it. Everyone who knows and plays Call of Duty knows. The media, the mainstream media, that's what they do. Mark Twain in 1873 said, there are laws in place to protect freedom of the press, but there are no laws to protect the people from the press. And it is true. And he said that in 1873. If you want to read it, it's called License of the Press. You can look it up online. It's a very good read. He goes in depth about how the press scrutinizes everyone, but yet they cannot take any criticism because of freedom of the press. More parents should be more supporting of their kids playing video games.
Very few parents understand, including mine at the time when I was starting out. They were just always like, like, okay, like what do you like? Make
have
sure.
fun.
Yep.
Yeah, have fun, sweetie.
Yep. Go play.
Yeah.
And then I'd be exhausted after 12 hours, but still making sure I was going to school and working my job that I had, and that was why that was okay. But for a parent to be like excited about their kid,
it's kind of even crazy to think about a world where they can be like, I want to be a pro gamer, and the parent encouraging that and be like, all right, did you practice today?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Right.
Did you play Fortnite for 8 hours today?
How many wins did you
get?
As a gamer and as a parent, I would never tell my girls that they're lazy or that they are throwing their life away for playing video games, because me, my fiance, we literally play video games. We love playing video games so much. But right now, she's playing video games. So I encourage parents, if any parents watching this video right now, do not dissuade your kids from playing video games, because being a Twitch streamer is more than just playing video games. There are many people with suicidal thoughts, right? And they go into these streamers' channels and they donate the money and tell the streamer how they feel. And then the streamer, comforts the person, the chat, if the person doesn't mind the streamer making it public, then the person could also be comforted by the chat. So this is things that actual sports, traditional sports can never do for a person. Never. You can never interact with your favorite basketball player, baseball player, football player, hockey player. You can never. You can never talk to the TV and ask LeBron, "Hey LeBron, man, I'm going through tough times. Is there anything you can tell me, to make me feel better?" You can never ask that to LeBron James. Never. But if you go on Twitch and you give this $5, a donation of $5, you can talk to your favorite streamer. You can talk to the chat. Believe me, there are people that are going through the same thing you are going through, and they will help you. These people are more than just entertainers. They're more than just entertainers. They are sometimes the only thing that these people have, that certain people have. Because if you are a geek, for example, like we were talking earlier, and you are an antisocial person, yet you feel comfortable being behind this computer watching this person play a video game, and you talk to him. That's the interaction. Some people, it helps them with the depression, with the anxiety. That's what video games do for people. So yes, these pro gamers should get paid more. They should get paid more. But people don't see it that way. Society do not see it that way. And that is why the intro of this video is what it is. Because society literally create a path for you to go on that path, for you to be controlled. And that, in this case, is the narrative that video games are bad. That video games are violent. That video games make you lazy. That is the narrative that have been created around the video game industry. Yet, cancer patients use video games. Yep, they use video games as a way to reinforce their positive attitude, as a way of taking my medicine. I have to take my medicine, so they play video games.
Take Remission, for example, a game designed to help kids going through cancer. It gives patients a better understanding of what is happening to their bodies, but most importantly, it creates agency, giving them a sense of control in their fight against cancer. Through this game, doctors saw improvements to patients' routine. They were more likely to take their pills and do what is necessary to get through their treatment. Researchers found that just watching wasn't enough. Only through playing the game did the behavior of the patients change.
Video games is not a bad thing. That negative connotation, that negative stigma that video games have has to go away. Because video games is not a bad thing, people. It's not. It's a getaway, just like sports, traditional sports. I watch every Friday. Every Friday we sit here at home and we watch Summer Skirmish. Before that, we used to watch Friday Fortnite. But we know how that turned out. Epic Games just completely fucked Keemstar up the ass, and us, the viewers. But that's a topic for another day. So yeah, video games is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
In fact, a study at Oxford determined that kids who play video games for an hour a day tend to be more sociable and less hyperactive than kids who didn't play any video games. Also, those who game have improved hand-eye coordination, greater cognitive function, stronger memories, and impressive spatial navigation. But that's not really what's important. While its benefits are great, making it a better choice than watching television, video games, when applied to other fields like therapy and education, reveal a whole world of potential improvements to our quality of life.
Your guy a chance. Green looking to the front court. Here's LeBron. James, catch, fire, ball game! He did it!
Why is this buzzer beater by LeBron James any more exciting than this 4-piece by Proofy when he used to play for Optic back in the X Games? Why? Why is it that society thinks this buzzer beater by LeBron James, who won them the game 140 to 138, any more exciting than this 4-piece by Proofy, who won them the match to eventually win the gold medal at the X Games? Why is
now that trophy system goes down, and Proofy actually going to get the kill.
Can he find a second as well, though? He is going to be in the door.
Wow.
Proofy gets 2. There's one more there as well. Proofy needs to be careful because he was very weak. The wallbang's going to come in. Proofy stops shooting. He's going to look for the third. Proofy so close. There's another 3. The popping. Proofy just went huge. Oh my God. Proofy. Oh Lord bucket.
Look at this man.
That is my time for today. This video is already long enough. I didn't really want to make a long video, but given all the explanations that I made on the video and all the history I wanted to show between gaming and pro sports and pro gaming, it became a 30-minute video unintentionally, but we are here, and I hope you guys watched the whole thing. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like on the video. It will help me a lot. Do not forget to subscribe, and that's all I got for today, man. Just make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video. Let me know in the comment section what you believe. Should pro gamers get paid the same as pro athletes, and if they shouldn't, tell me why you believe they should or why you believe they shouldn't. Until next time, I am out of here. Peace.